In a world overflowing with noise, distraction, and pressure, the Stoics chose a different path. They understood a timeless truth. You cannot control the world, but you can always control yourself. They didn't chase comfort. They didn't crave approval. They didn't pretend life would ever be perfect. Instead, they trained their minds. They strengthened their character. They lived with clarity, discipline, resilience, and an unshakable inner peace. Today, you'll discover 8 Stoic habits that can do the same for you. Habits that sharpen focus, calm the mind, and elevate the way you live if you practice them with consistency and courage. These are the habits that forged Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. And they can forge you into someone stronger, wiser, and more grounded than ever before. Let's begin. Number 1. The habit of morning grounding. Start before the world touches you. The Stoics understood something most people overlook. Your morning shapes your day, and your day shapes your life. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in the ancient world, didn't begin his mornings with urgency or chaos. He began them with reflection. Before stepping into the world, he stepped into himself, reminding his mind of his values, his responsibilities, and the challenges he would inevitably face. This wasn't about motivation. It wasn't about feeling inspired. It was mental preparation, a warrior sharpening his sword before battle. And this practice is just as important today. The Stoic morning habit is simple. Before the world grabs your attention, grab your mind. Take a few quiet minutes, no phone, no noise, no rush, and give yourself space to settle. Sit in silence. Let your thoughts slow down. Let your breathing deepen. Let your mind return to the present moment. Then, review what truly matters. What needs your focus? What can you let go of? What deserves your energy and what doesn't? Next, prepare yourself for the emotional landscape of the day. Remind yourself that you may encounter difficulties or frustration or impatience because that's part of being human. And tell yourself, just as Marcus Aurelius did, these things are not obstacles. They are opportunities to practice my character. Finally, make a decision, not about your tasks, but about yourself. Who do you want to be today? Calm, disciplined, patient, focused, strong? The moment you choose your identity for the day, your behavior starts aligning with it naturally, quietly, powerfully. This small ritual, done consistently, has enormous impact. When you start your morning with intention, the world loses its power to control you. You no longer react to life, you respond. You walk into the day already grounded, already centered, already prepared. Your morning becomes your anchor. Your anchor becomes your habit, and your habit becomes your life. This is the Stoic way to begin the day, calm, focused, and in command of yourself. Number 2, the habit of mastering your attention. Control what you feed your mind. One of the most powerful Stoic teachings is this: where your attention goes, your life follows. The Stoics understood that the mind doesn't become damaged by events themselves. It becomes polluted by the thoughts you allow to enter and the distractions you allow to dominate. Seneca warned that the greatest threats to your peace are not external but internal. Unnecessary worries, gossip, drama, noise. All the small, subtle intrusions that drain the mind of strength, clarity, and purpose. And if the Stoics believed this thousands of years ago, imagine what they would say about the world today. Your attention is under constant attack. Your phone vibrates, Notifications flash, ads chase you, social media pulls you into endless comparison and chaos. The world tugs at your mind every second, trying to tell you what to think, how to feel, and what to care about. But a Stoic does not surrender their mind to noise. A Stoic chooses where their focus goes. A Stoic protects their attention the same way a warrior protects their shield. This daily habit will strengthen your discipline and reclaim control over your mental energy. No aimless scrolling. Don't let your mind wander into distraction. Every swipe is a piece of your life you can't get back. No entertainment first thing in the morning. The first moments of your day shape your mindset. Don't hand them over to cheap stimulation. No feeding your mind with negativity. Not from people, not from news, not from your own inner voice. Instead, focus only on what builds you, what strengthens you, what teaches you, what aligns with the person you're trying to become. Because the truth is simple. Your attention is your greatest currency. Where you invest it determines who you become. Protect it. Guard it like a fortress. Treat it as the most valuable resource you possess, because it is. In a world fighting for your focus, choosing what you give your mind to is an act of power and an act of freedom. Number 3. The habit of voluntary discomfort. Strength is built when comfort is removed. The Stoics did something very few people are willing to do today. They practiced discomfort on purpose, not because they enjoyed pain, not because they were trying to suffer, but because they understood a deep truth about human nature. If you train in discomfort, you become unbreakable in suffering. Marcus Aurelius practiced sleeping on the floor to remind himself that luxury was a temptation, not a necessity. Seneca often fasted not for health trends but to prove to himself that he could still function with less. Epictetus, born into slavery, embraced physical hardship to develop a mind that no circumstance could dominate. To the Stoics, discomfort wasn't something to avoid. It was a teacher, a forge, a sharpening stone for the soul. They used discomfort to destroy fear, to strengthen discipline, and to build a mind capable of enduring anything. And the truth is, you can do the same. You don't need to start with extreme challenges. You can begin with simple acts of voluntary discomfort, choosing small difficulties that prepare your mind for bigger ones. Cold showers to strengthen your will. Fasting to break dependence on constant pleasure. Hard workouts to build physical and mental endurance. Silence to calm the mind and face your thoughts honestly. Minimalism to detach from unnecessary possessions. Waking up early to master your morning instead of reacting to it. Doing difficult tasks first to train discipline over emotion. These are not punishments. These are investments in your strength, your resilience, and your inner stability. Because the reality of life is simple. Hardships will come. Challenges will appear. Discomfort is guaranteed, but suffrage only breaks the unprepared. When you practice voluntary discomfort, you build a mind that doesn't collapse under pressure. You build a character that doesn't run from difficulty. You build an inner fortress that life cannot easily penetrate. So when life becomes hard, and it always does, your mind doesn't panic. It doesn't fall apart. It doesn't surrender. It endures. It adapts. It overcomes. It stays steady because you trained it to. This is the Stoic way. Number 4, the habit of emotional regulation. Feel everything, react to nothing. Stoicism is often misunderstood. People think it means shutting down emotions, becoming cold, becoming numb. But the truth is the opposite. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions. It's about mastering them. Epictetus taught one of the simplest and most powerful truths. You cannot control what happens, but you can control how you respond. Those words hold the entire foundation of emotional mastery. When anger rises, a Stoic pauses. Not because they don't feel anger, but because they refuse to let anger choose their words. When fear appears, a Stoic breathes. Not to escape fear, but to see clearly through it. When anxiety pushes, a Stoic observes. Because emotions are waves, and waves always pass when you don't chase them. The habit is simple, but powerful. Never react instantly. Before you act, before you speak, before you judge, before you let emotions take over. Take space. It can be a deep breath, a 2-second pause, a moment of silence, a brief step away from the situation. That tiny space between emotion and reaction is where your power lives. Because a moment of calm can prevent arguments that damage relationships, regret that weighs on your conscience, overthinking that steals your peace, self-sabotage that slows your growth, emotional chaos that blinds your judgment. Most people let emotions control them. A Stoic chooses to control the response to those emotions. You don't lose your power when you feel. You lose your power when you react without thinking. Emotional mastery means this: you feel anger, but you do not become it. You feel fear, but you do not obey it. You feel sadness, but you do not drown in it. You feel pressure, but you do not break under it. Your strength isn't in stopping emotions, it's in choosing what to do with them. This is the Stoic's advantage. This is the habit that builds emotional intelligence, self-control, and inner peace. And with practice, this habit turns your mind into something steady, grounded, and unshakable. Number 5. The habit of negative visualization. Prepare the mind, strengthen the soul. The Stoics practiced a powerful mental exercise called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversity. To some, it might sound negative, but to the Stoics, it was not pessimism. It was preparation. They understood that life is unpredictable, that loss comes without warning, that challenges appear suddenly, and that suffering is a natural part of the human experience. So instead of pretending everything would always go smoothly, they visualized potential difficulties with clarity and calm. They imagined challenges that might test their discipline, loss that might shake their emotions, failure that might bruise their ego, difficult conversations they may have to face, unexpected obstacles that could disrupt their plans. Why did they do this? Because a mind that is prepared for difficulty is far stronger than a mind that expects comfort. When you rehearse adversity before it arrives, you build a powerful kind of resilience. You become less shocked when things go wrong, less fragile in the face of pressure, less reactive when emotions rise, less fearful of the unknown. You become someone who meets life with readiness, not panic. Premeditation malorum removes the illusion that life should always be easy. It teaches you to greet hardships with a steady mind. When you picture loss, you appreciate the present. When you imagine setbacks, you strengthen your resolve. When you anticipate discomfort, you grow more capable of enduring it. It's not about expecting the worst. It's about making yourself strong enough to handle it. Negative visualization transforms fear into readiness. and uncertainty into courage. This Stoic habit ensures that when life tests you, you do not break. You respond with clarity. You respond with composure. You respond with inner strength. Number 6. The habit of practicing stillness. Silence is the home of strength. The Stoics valued stillness not as a luxury, but as a necessity for a strong and disciplined mind. To them, stillness wasn't an escape from life. It was how you prepare for life. Because in silence, the mind resets. In silence, clarity appears. And in silence, you reconnect with what truly matters. Every single day, the Stoics practiced moments of intentional calm moments where they stepped back from the world to return to themselves. You can do the same. Give yourself a few moments to sit quietly without distraction. Breathe deeply and slowly. Observe your thoughts without judgment or attachment. Let the inner noise settle. Allow your mind to return to its natural state of calm in a world that runs on speed, noise, and constant stimulation. Stillness has become rare, and anything rare becomes valuable. Most people today are overwhelmed not because life is too hard, but because their mind never stops. They wake up to noise, move through noise, and fall asleep with noise still echoing inside them. A Stoic chooses differently. A calm mind can handle more. A still mind sees clearly. A grounded mind cannot be shaken easily. Stillness is not weakness. It is not laziness. And it is definitely not doing nothing. Stillness is training. It is training your inner world to stay steady while the outer world becomes chaotic. It is strengthening the space between stimulus and response. It is sharpening your ability to think, to focus, to endure. When you choose stillness, you are choosing clarity over confusion, strength over reactivity, and presence over chaos. Make stillness a daily habit, and you will find that the world affects you less, and you influence the world far more. Stillness isn't empty. It is full of power, full of awareness, and full of the inner peace the Stoics lived by. Number 7. The habit of living with purpose. Know what you stand for. The Stoics believed that every human being needs a philosophy, a clear set of values, principles, and beliefs that guide their actions. Because without purpose, life becomes unstable. It becomes reactive. It becomes directionless. You are easily influenced, easily distracted, and easily broken. But when you know what you stand for, when you know the values that shape your decisions, everything changes. With purpose, life becomes focused. Your choices become intentional. Your actions carry weight. Your path becomes meaningful. The Stoics knew that purpose strengthens a person from the inside. It becomes a compass, a steady guide through chaos, temptation, and hardship. Take time to define your own Stoic principles. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? Strong, disciplined, patient, wise? What behaviors align with my deepest values? Which habits make me braver, calmer, and more resilient? And what temptations, distractions, or weaknesses pull me away from who I want to become? When you answer these questions honestly, you begin to build an inner foundation that cannot be shaken. Purpose turns life into a mission. It turns every day into training. It turns challenges into opportunities to grow. It gives suffering meaning because suffering in the service of purpose becomes strength, not defeat. A person without purpose drifts. A person with purpose walks with clarity and confidence. They know where they're going. They know what they will tolerate and what they won't. They know what matters and what does not. And most importantly, a person with purpose cannot be broken easily. because their strength doesn't come from the world. It comes from within. Purpose is the Stoic anchor. Hold it close. Number 8. The habit of evening reflection. End the day wiser than you started. Every night, the Stoics took a quiet moment to review their day. This was not just a habit, it was a sacred ritual. They asked themselves simple yet powerful questions. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? Did I let my emotions control me? What can I do differently tomorrow to be better? This reflection was not about punishing themselves or dwelling on failure. It was about self-mastery. Every experience, every success, every mistake became a lesson. Reflection transforms our actions into wisdom. It turns setbacks into guidance and weaknesses into opportunities for growth. Most people move through life on autopilot. They repeat the same patterns every day, unaware of how their choices shape their character. But a Stoic stops, examines their thoughts, and learns from every moment. This daily practice creates strength, clarity, and resilience. Ending each day with honesty and intention is how transformation happens. By looking inward, we understand ourselves better, we correct our course, and we steadily become the person we strive to be. Reflection is the bridge between who we are today and who we can become tomorrow. These 8 Stoic habits are simple but powerful. They don't require talent, luck, or perfect circumstances. What they do require is commitment, consistency, courage, and the willingness to build your inner world with discipline and clarity. Practice these habits daily, and slowly, you transform. Your mind sharpens. Your discipline strengthens. Your emotions stabilize. Your focus deepens. Your life improves not by chance, not by accident, but by conscious Stoic action. Stay disciplined. Stay grounded. Stay unshakable. Stay Stoic. If you want to continue your journey with wisdom and strength, make sure to subscribe to Soul of Stone and join us for more Stoic guidance every week.